My sister Emily. So, to a lot of you, she was this incredible teenage blogger and massive inspiration to everybody. All she wanted to do was help others rather than herself. Well, to me, as my sister, she was the clumsiest person I've ever met. She considered it a great talent to be able to walk in a straight line. She couldn't do a cartwheel, even though she was 18. She'd never been able to do a cartwheel. She could not dance to save her life. She had absolutely no common sense, despite getting 6 A's and 6 A stars at GCSE. She loved maths and science, and one of her favourite books was the Science Dictionary. There was like 900 pages, but she read it all the time. She was the saver, definitely didn't spend any of her money. She gave the most amazing advice. Well, I say the most amazing advice. You'd go in her room asking one question, and she'd give you a half an hour answer but you didn't actually get what you wanted to know out of it. She helped me with my maths. She got me a B in maths GCSE. She was my wrestling partner. She was my twin. Well, I say she was my twin. I said she was my twin. She hated being called twins. I loved dressing the same until we were 10. She absolutely hated it. We both had a bob when we were about 6, and I loved having the same haircut as my big sister, but she was not impressed, and then we never had the same hair again. She was known for her crazy, crazy fashion sense. Her yellow coat and her white Gokwan glasses, everybody knew her for them. I think she owned every colour pair of tights that were known to man, and she had the craziest pair of Converse. They had like all stars over them, and she would never buy anything that anybody else had. She was completely, completely unique. She was my big sister.
Emily inspired me to read a book, join parkrun, and to bake cakes and eat cakes.
My niece Emily liked to cook with me. We made Christmas cakes together, we went out for meals together, and I watched TV cookery programmes together.
My friend Emily was the most selfless person I've ever met. She was always thinking of ways to make others smile and would always try to bring light into the darkest of situations. She's helped so many people, and I'm so proud to call her my friend.
My friend Emily. Me and Emily have loads of amazing memories. One of my favourites being our sleepovers. One night we stayed up till 2 AM. Emily was teaching me how to play drafts. Another night we stayed up pretending to be caterpillars in our sleeping bags. Me and Emily went through school and ballet together, laughing, falling over, and having a great time. Ultimately, Emily was an amazing friend. She was always there for me and always encouraged me to try exciting things and join new clubs and just to be adventurous. My friend Emily.
My friend Emily was a fighter with a determination and vision to beat cancer, which she did with such positivity and selflessness, and was always in a mood for a gossip. We shared so many good memories, and I'm truly blessed to have had her as a friend. We will carry on your legacy, Em. Lots of love.
So I met Emily on the ward where we were both treated, and Emily was the sort of person you really wanted to have with you when you were stuck in for a long day, because she's a massive encourager and always happy and filled with purpose. She was always looking for her next challenge, whether that was how to convince the doctors to let her out for a wedding, or the next big fundraising thing. She was someone that never moaned or complained, even when she had more reason than most. She poured life into every single person that she met and had around her, and I'm just so grateful for all that she's taught me, because I wouldn't be half the person I am today without Emily Clark.
I met my friend Emily when we were both cancer patients on the ward, and I think this is what made our friendship special, being cancer friends, is because we could relate to things in our lives and to stuff which other people without cancer didn't necessarily understand or want to talk about or felt like they could. She always made my hospital stays so much better and brighter, and I'd actually look forward to coming in to see her, because we'd always get together, have a really good gossip and put the world up right again. She was so inspirational, she was determined, she was feisty, she was courageous, she was all of the above. She was also really loving. Emily, she was my friend and she was great.
I met Emily in the hospital when we were both having chemo and we were in the beds next to each other. We got along really well, talking about anything and everything. She inspired me to do the best I can in anything that I do, as that's exactly what she did with her charity and her education. I've thought about you a lot, Emily, and I can't believe you're gone.
Emily, my patient, was academically gifted. It was a pleasure discussing science with her in the ward round. My patient, Emily, had true grit. Even when barely fit to leave her hospital bed, she insisted on attending college to further her studies. My patient, Emily, was truly driven. On hearing that she was losing her fight against her illness, her main regret was that she still had so much more to do.
I was inspired by Emily to sign up to the bone marrow register. I was also inspired by Emily to act a little crazy at times, because there's always an excuse to wear a pencil in your hair.
Emily's blog was a great example of living life to the full, even in the most difficult of times. She reached out to others to show that even though having cancer, she didn't allow it to limit herself, and instead she managed to do a great good in the world.
Emily's inspired me to run the Cardiff Half Marathon and sign up for the bone marrow register. I've always wanted to do these things, but after hearing Emily's story, it's made me motivated and go do the things she couldn't do.
Emily inspired me to give blood, which I'd always been too afraid to do before. She also inspired me to arrange a gin tasting event.
Emily was my godmother and we had lots of fun.
Emily inspired me to run the Cardiff Half Marathon, which is something I never thought I'd be able to do.
You're doing amazing!
I don't want you leaving this thinking how inspirational I am, unless you are inspired or motivated to do something.